impactful. I don't think so. I don't think so. And it is not really in our place as a coalition to evaluate the impact of Mandamano. Not at all. Particularly Mandamano that are held by Gen Z. They say they don't want us in this Mandamano. We kept off. We don't want to interfere. But as leaders of this country, we have seen where this Mandamano are going. We have seen that lives is being lost. We have seen that some of the issues they are raising are pertinent, not only to them, but to the people of Kenya. We are asking the government of the day. We know that you love this country the same way we love it. The Gen Z love it too. How about you first of all cease hostilities against them and allow them to demonstrate within the confines of the law. Number two, how about we now look at the issues together with others? I'll tell you.
Okay, I need you to hold that thought right now. Let's take a short break right here on Punchline. When you get back, we continue with the conversation right here on Punchline.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook, SMS, Twitter and WhatsApp.
From different worlds come a trio with a shared destiny.
Ikulinde na ikuongoze.
Where will the fashion runway take them?
Mimi nitachunga maua yetu vizuri sana hadi wewe narudi.
Family business is everything.
The beauty and the beats. Shanga, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. on Maisha Magic Plus.
Welcome back to Punchline. We've been talking about issues pertaining to the demonstrations and where really the Azimio coalition stands on this, because seemingly there seems to be some sort of dissenting voices within the coalition. With me tonight, of course, is Frederick Okango, saying nothing of the sort is happening. Okango, just before the break, you're talking about an issue, and this was with regards with the constituent parties, that you are reading from one script, which is from the party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, and from the constituent parties that are led by the Secretary Generals, by extension ODM, and on this side we have Shakila in Wiper Party. But just today, we've seen one of the legislators in Parliament state very clearly that there was a list that had been formulated, and these were names that had already been forwarded to the president for consideration into the government. It could be a list full of people with merit. But then again, when you hear somebody coming from your coalition literally say these words out in public, that we have a list and the names have to be considered or it won't be business as usual, are you not then not necessarily being sincere with the people?
Alan, let me tell you, I'm sure you're talking about Honorable Opondo Kaluma, the Member of Parliament of Homa Bay Town. I wouldn't want to pretend that I can speak on behalf of ODM. I cannot. Number two, I am also aware that Opondo Kaluma is a Member of Parliament and he spoke inside Parliament on the floor of the House. So he enjoys those privileges. He can say whatever he wants within that privilege. So whatever he was saying is only known to him. I am not privy to that information. However, I can tell you, I have had a discussion with the principals of Azimio. And the discussions I've had with them, they maintain and they reiterate that their concern, key concern now, is the concern that these young people are raising. Those concerns are so genuine to the extent that majority of people agree that it is time to address the issues of unemployment. It is time to address the issue of ethnicity. It is time to address the issues of public debt. Those are issues that everyone agrees. But politically speaking, also we have seen, because I said Azimio is a big tent. A big tent with the democracy. it doesn't stop any member of Azimio from speaking from whatever platform he gets on whatever he wants to say. But what holds water in this discussion is that what is the leadership of Azimio saying? What are they doing? Okay. What are they telling the public? Yes. And what are they intending to tell the public in the coming days?
Okango, we've clearly heard from you that you do not want to join the Ruto government. That has been very clear, that you're not going to participate in that. But of course, where there's smoke, there is fire. So I'm going to treat it as that information comes from somewhere within the coalition. So part of the issues that you're calling for have to go through the route of policy. Policy is what brings about those changes. Absolutely. And part of this is the fact that you bring in credible people, which could very well be in Azimio. So do you want to rightfully tell me right here that you as a coalition, you've not had any conversations pertaining to the fact that you want some of the people you believe can effect these policies to join the government?
I agree that there are very many suitable, qualified and competent members of the public within the Azimio that can make even better cabinet secretaries. I agree. But I also agree that there are also people that maybe could have been approached, they could have been approached to join that cabinet. But I can tell you, I have not seen anywhere a decision that has been made by the coalition that this is the path that we are going to take. And that is a fact, based on what our party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, has been communicating, based on what our principals, Kioni, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Munya, what they have been communicating. They have said that they are interested in addressing issues of concern to the people. But let me tell you, it is also important to note that even as we do this, we understand that this country is so divided. We understand that there's been bias in public service employment. We understand that. And those are issues that require national conversation, national constitutional convention, has been articulated by, by Raila Amolo Odinga, our party leader. But of concern is now, how do we arrive at that discussion? Because that's a discussion that we cannot lie to ourselves that as Azimio, we live in an island. No. The Gen Z also, they know that they don't live in an island. But everyone must speak. As it is today, it is their time to speak. They are speaking. They are speaking from their heart. We have listened to them. I am sure President Ruto has listened to them. How do you ensure that these young people, whatever they are saying is addressed? You must also look at it, whether it is your issue or not, how do you address it? And that's why Azimio is saying, the first thing, to allow this discussion to be friendly, to allow this discussion to make meaning, to allow this discussion to be efficient and communicated in a manner that the public can buy it, we must first of all deal with the cessation of hostilities against them. We must first of all deal with the compensation issue of their families that have lost their loved ones during this mandamano. Then we can sit down. Then we can sit down and say, we have got 26 reports since independence that have proposed various issues. And some of them have been implemented halfway, some of them have not been implemented at all. I'll give an example. You gave me an example here. We went for election after election, there were mandamano, then came the NADCO. When President Ruto said that, he has listened to what Azimio is saying, and he invited us for a discussion. It was dubbed bipartisan talk, then later NADCO. Those issues have not been addressed fully.
Which actually brings me, before I just let you go, brings me to my final question. Okango, you've said very well those issues haven't yet been addressed fully. And the Gen Z themselves are saying, we don't want any more talks. We are done. We just want you to implement A, B, and C.
That we would not want a situation where the president bring back those that he had been dismissed on the basis of incompetence in his own admission. We don't want to see them back in the cabinet.
So what are you going to do? What is going to be done, Azimio?
Number two, we have also said that the president must apply himself to the suitability and competency principles in bringing in any member of cabinet. And that role lies squarely in parliament. When they are approving this name before appointment, they will have to ensure that. And lastly, Alan, we know that it is not our duty to appoint. It is the duty of the president. The president can appoint whoever he wishes, but it is the duty of the public to first of all ensure that those people whose names have been forwarded for appointment are suitable, competent, with personal integrity. We are saying as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party that as it is now, it will be needless to join a government that has not put its house in order. It will be needless to stay back and watch the country burn. It will be needless to just listen. It will be helpful to take action by participating in offering solution. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya is offering solutions, and they're inviting the president to a discussion that will help solve issues of concern to these young people and the general public.
Frederick,
that is what we are saying.
Kango, I was here a couple of years ago on the run-up to 2022 elections, and this is how the cracks began to seep in the Jubilee government, and it distorted and things went the other way. It's this literally what I'm seeing within Azimio, but you constantly reassure your followers that Azimio is intact. Is it not the same script?
Let me tell you.
And Azimio is as good as done. ODM is out, they're not just saying so.
Let me tell you. I said Azimio la Umoja One Kenya is a big tent.
Yes.
The big tent has got members.
Do you think
members who
ODM is out
differently
from their recent actions? Do you believe they could be out, but they're not just communicating so?
I am not aware.
Yeah.
I have not seen it, and I don't think they are. Because the party leader of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya is Raila Amolo Odinga, and he has communicated. The party leader of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga, consults with principles like Martha Karua, Kioni, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Omala, and the rest. So until we address these issues, I cannot say that, Azimio is done. Azimio is done from where? Where are they going? There's nowhere. Azimio is here to stay. Our people know that these issues, we must address them. We started this. Let me tell you, Alan, we started this. When we started it, we brought it closer. Today, one of the bills that has been enacted into law, IEBC, is a product of Mandamano of Azimio. We can confidently say that these issues that the Gen Z are raising, if properly handled, if people sit down and discuss and address them, because they are in the reports, 26 of them, as Raila puts it, those reports should be implemented. When Raila said it is time for action, he said, and he meant that the action that they want to see is an action on the implementation of the report that are gathering dust.
We leave it at that.
That is what Kenyans want to see.
Perfect. Frederick Okango right there, the Secretary for Political Affairs, Azimio, reiterating that Azimio is here to stay. There's nowhere they're going to, I believe, as I've always said right here on this set on Punchline, time will tell. But that's just all we had for you on tonight's discussion with regards to Punchline. I'm Alan Owino. Our sign language interpreter for this session has been Evelyn Wangoi. Until next time, do have yourselves a lovely one.